Legends and lore, remarkable history facts. Did you know that in historical Egypt, it was once believed that the afterlife used to be a replicated mirror image of the physical world? That's why they buried their lifeless with day-to-day objects like clothes, furniture, and even pets. Or how about the legend of King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, which has stimulated infinite books, movies, and TV shows? Welcome to Fact Fusion, the place we deliver you the most charming and vague historic facts from around the world. Today, we are going to be exploring the legends and lore that have formed our grasp of history, from historic myths to current tales. Get ready to be amazed by using the magnificent testimonies that have captured the imaginations of humans for generations. Don't miss our trendy uploads by hitting the subscribe button now. Let's move. Myths and legends are memories that have been exceeded down via generations, frequently originating in historical civilizations. These tales have been used to explain natural phenomena or the origins of the world, and they frequently featured supernatural beings or heroes with exceptional abilities. For example, the Greeks instructed the story of Perseus, who defeated the monster Medusa and saved the princess Andromeda, while the Norse believed in the god Odin, who sacrificed his eye for knowledge and hung himself from a tree to achieve wisdom. Myths and legends additionally served a social function, as they helped to enhance cultural values and norms. They furnished fashions of conduct for humans to observe and warned of the penalties for breaking social taboos. For example, the story of Icarus, who flew too close to the sun and fell to his death, warns in opposition to the risks of conceitedness and hubris. Today, many historical myths and legends are still popular, as they proceed to encourage art, literature, and famous culture. From the Greek epic poem The Odyssey to the legend of King Arthur, these testimonies have captivated audiences for centuries and proceed to be retold in new and innovative ways. Folklore and fairy stories are memories that are generally exceeded down through oral tradition, regularly proposing fantastical creatures, magic, and enchantment. These tales regularly have an ethical lesson or message, and they are normally advised to children. For example, the story of Cinderella teaches the significance of kindness and perseverance, while the story of Little Red Riding Hood warns of the risks of strangers. Folklore and fairy stories are additionally fashioned through the cultural context in which they had been created. Many memories have evolved, with one-of-a-kind versions reflecting adjustments in social norms and values. For example, the Grimm Brothers series of fairy stories contained many darkish and ugly testimonies that have been later edited for extra family-friendly audiences. Despite their origins in oral tradition, many folklore and fairy stories have been written down and published, turning into phases of the literary canon. Today, they proceed to encourage new diversifications and retellings in the whole lot from films to video games. Urban legends and ghost testimonies are a kind of modern folklore that often circulate through phrase of mouth, email, or social media. These memories frequently core around supernatural or paranormal events, and they frequently have the groundwork in real-life occasions or places. For example, the story of the hitchhiking ghost or the phantom hitchhiker is a frequent city legend that has been advised in one-of-a-kind versions throughout the world. Urban legends and ghost stories frequently faucet into people's deepest fears and anxieties, such as the concern of the unknown or the concern of death. They can additionally serve as cautionary tales, warning towards volatile conduct or risky situations. For example, the story of the killer in the backseat warns in opposition of the risks of selecting hitchhikers or strangers. Today, city legends and ghost tales proceed to be a famous shape of entertainment, with many books, TV shows, and films presenting these themes. They also proceed to unfold through social media and the internet, with new memories and variants rising all the time. Historical myths and misconceptions are memories or thoughts that have been surpassed down through history, however, are no longer always based totally on fact. These myths can be perpetuated through education, media, or famous culture, and they frequently come to be a section of the collective reminiscence of a society. For example, the notion that George Washington had wooden teeth is a frequent misconception, as he had dentures made of materials like human teeth, animal teeth, and ivory. Historical myths and misconceptions can be harmful, as they can distort our perception of the previous and perpetuate dangerous stereotypes. For example, the fable of the noble savage portrays indigenous humans as primitive and uncivilized, while the fact is that they had complicated societies and cultures that had been devastated by colonialism. Debunking historic myths and misconceptions is essential for growing an extra-correct grasp of the past. It additionally helps to venture stereotypes and biases that can perpetuate discrimination and inequality. For example, debunking the myth that women were not energetic members of history helps to spotlight the contributions of females in the course of history. Today, there are many sources on hand for debunking historic myths and misconceptions, from educational lookups to famous books and websites. By getting to know, to understand and project these myths, we can reap an extra nuanced and correct grasp of the past. Legends and lore have constantly been a famous source of proposals for artists and storytellers. Today, they proceed to encourage the entirety from films and TV indicates to video games and graphic novels. For example, the famous HBO sequence Game of Thrones is based totally on delusion novels by way of George R.R. Martin, which are closely influenced by medieval legends and folklore. Legends and lore additionally proceed to encourage new diversifications and retellings, as artists and storytellers are seeking to put their spin on these traditional stories. For example, the Disney film Moana is a retelling of a Polynesian legend, while the Netflix collection The Witcher is mainly based on a collection of fable novels that draw on Slavic folklore. Popular culture also has the power to shape how we know and relate to legends and lore. For example, the portrayal of vampires in films and TV has helped to form our grasp of these legendary creatures, even though they are primarily based on centuries-old folklore. Legends and lore have performed a vital position in shaping man or woman and collective identities during history. They grant an experience of continuity with the previous and assist to strengthen cultural values and beliefs. For example, the legend of Robin Hood, who stole from the wealthy to provide for the poor, has emerged as an image of social justice and resistance to oppression. Legends and lore additionally supply a way for people to join with their cultural heritage and identity. For example, the memories of the Greek gods and goddesses are a necessary phase of Greek tradition and mythology, while the tales of Anansi the spider are an important section of West African culture. Today, legends and lore proceed to play a function in shaping identity, as people draw on these testimonies to join with their heritage and culture. They additionally proceed to evolve and change, as artists and storytellers put their spin on these basic tales. Legends and lore have persevered for centuries, fascinating audiences with their stories of adventure, magic, and heroism. Their enduring attraction lies in their potential to foster into regularly occurring human experiences and emotions, such as love, loss, and triumph over adversity. Legends and lore additionally furnish a way for people to experience the world around them, with the aid of explaining natural phenomena or imparting ethical guidance. They assist us to think about a world past our own, stuffed with marvels and possibilities. Today, the enduring attraction of legends and lore is evident in the recognition of the entirety from fable novels to superhero movies. They proceed to encourage and captivate audiences of all ages, and they exhibit no symptoms of dropping their strength to enchant and entertain. And that concludes today's video. If you enjoyed learning about these remarkable historical facts, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to never miss a video. And don't forget to leave a comment below with your favorite legend or lore. Thanks for watching Fact Fusion, and we'll see you in the next video.